There's basically the American version of yourself in Matthew Tkachuk. 100+ points, can play the game, but also is going to try to get under your team's skin. How is your team going to deal with his act or his antics?
Matthew Tkachuk isn't just a hockey player. He's a force of nature, the kind of competitor who makes opponents' blood run cold the moment he steps on the ice. But what makes a player so feared that even the toughest rivals tread cautiously around him?
I don't know. It was in his gut, and then it was in
his ability to turn a game on its head with a single devastating play makes him a nightmare for anyone who dares to face him. Tkachuk doesn't just score goals, he annihilates defenses, slicing through them with the precision of a seasoned assassin. But it's his physicality that truly sets him apart. He thrives in the chaos, delivering bone-crushing hits that leave a lasting impact both on the ice and in the minds of his opponents. Tkachuk's presence alone is enough to alter the course of a game. He's not just feared for his fists, though those are legendary in their own right, but for his mind, his unrelenting will to dominate. He plays with a ruthless edge, towing the line between brilliance and brutality, and he knows exactly how to push his opponents to the brink. One wrong move, one moment of hesitation, and Tkachuk will exploit it without mercy. To truly understand why Matthew Tkachuk is one of the most feared players in hockey, we need to trace the roots of his fierce playing style back to his upbringing and early career. Matthew was born on December 11th, 1997, into a hockey dynasty. His father, Keith Tkachuk, is an NHL legend, known for being one of the league's premier power forwards during his time. Keith was the type of player who could score goals with ease, but who also played with an edge that made him a nightmare for opponents. Growing up under the shadow of such a formidable figure, Matthew was steeped in the culture of hockey from an early age, absorbing the lessons and ethos that would later shape his own career. From a young age, it was clear that Matthew had inherited not just his father's talent, but also his tenacity. He played his youth hockey in the United States Hockey League, USHL, where he quickly established himself as a standout player. Even as a teenager, he exhibited the kind of toughness and skill that would come to define his NHL career. However, it was his time with the London Knights in the Ontario Hockey League, OHL, that truly set the stage for his future success. Joining the Knights for the 2015-2016 season, Tkachuk immediately made an impact. Playing alongside future NHL stars like Mitch Marner and Christian Dvorak, he was part of one of the most dominant junior teams in recent memory. Tkachuk's blend of scoring ability and physical play was on full display throughout the season. He racked up 107 points in 57 regular season games, proving he could be an elite offensive force. But what truly set him apart was his performance in the playoffs and the Memorial Cup tournament. During the 2016 Memorial Cup, Tkachuk was nothing short of sensational. He scored the overtime winning goal in the championship game, capping off an incredible run that solidified his reputation as a clutch performer in high-stakes situations. His ability to rise to the occasion in critical moments became a hallmark of his game, a trait that would follow him into the NHL. Selected 6th overall by the Calgary Flames in the 2016 NHL draft, Tkachuk entered the league with high expectations, and he did not disappoint. In his rookie season, he quickly established himself as one of the most difficult players to play against. He scored 48 points in 76 games, impressive numbers for a first-year player, but it was his style of play that garnered the most attention. Tkachuk played with an edge that belied his age, engaging in physical battles with much older, more experienced players, and often coming out on top. His willingness to go to the dirty areas of the ice, combined with his skill around the net, made him a dual threat. Matthew Tkachuk's on-ice controversies have not only defined his career, but have also made him one of the most polarizing figures in modern hockey. His ability to get under opponents' skin, coupled with his raw talent, has resulted in a series of high-profile incidents that continue to stir debate among fans and analysts alike. The feud with Drew Doughty is perhaps one of the most enduring rivalries in Tkachuk's career.
Wound up sticking on the wall is behind the net. Time Doughty's down in behind the goal. Play continuing, and now Pearson with a big hit on Matthew Tkachuk. Drew Doughty still down on the ice, and tempers flaring in the final 20 seconds.
After the infamous elbow in 2017, their animosity spilled into nearly every subsequent game between the Calgary Flames and the Los Angeles Kings. Doughty's public condemnation of Tkachuk as a dirty player didn't just add fuel to the fire, it turned their matchups into must-watch events. Every time these two players faced off, there was a palpable tension, with fans eagerly anticipating the next chapter in their bitter rivalry. This feud exemplified Tkachuk's ability to disrupt the mental game of his opponents, making him as much a psychological threat as a physical one.
There's going to be penalties in the game. They've been going at each other on and off all night, and Zach we showed earlier in the first period
the turtle incident with Zach Kassian in 2020 took Tkachuk's notoriety to new heights. The hits he laid on Kassian were not just physical, they were strategically timed to frustrate and provoke. When Kassian retaliated, Tkachuk's decision not to fight back sparked a league-wide conversation about the unwritten rules of hockey and the role of enforcers. Some saw Tkachuk as a coward, while others praised his ability to draw penalties and put his team in a favorable position. The rematch between the Flames and Oilers, where Tkachuk finally dropped the gloves, was one of the most anticipated games of the season, showcasing his willingness to eventually answer the call, but on his own terms. Another incident that cemented Tkachuk's controversial reputation was his hit on Elias Pettersson in 2019. Pettersson, a young star for the Vancouver Canucks, was blindsided by Tkachuk in a play that many viewed as reckless. The hit drew widespread criticism, with calls for the NHL to crack down on such dangerous plays. Although Tkachuk was not suspended, the incident highlighted the fine line he often walks between aggressive, hard-nosed hockey and actions that some perceive as crossing the line into dirty play. Tkachuk's controversies extend beyond these major incidents. Throughout his career, he has been involved in numerous scrums, verbal altercations, and questionable hits that have kept him in the spotlight. Whether it's throwing a sneaky jab after the whistle or jawing at opponents to throw them off their game, Tkachuk has mastered the art of being an agitator. It's a role he seems to relish, fully aware that his antics not only draw attention, but also give him a psychological edge. Yet despite the controversy, Tkachuk's effectiveness cannot be denied. His ability to rattle opponents while maintaining his own composure makes him one of the most unique players in the NHL. Love him or hate him, Tkachuk's presence on the ice is impossible to ignore, and his impact on the game, both positive and negative, has cemented his place as one of the most feared and talked about players in hockey today. Over the years, Tkachuk's game has only evolved. He's become a leader on and off the ice, serving as an alternate captain for the Flames, and later taking on a similar role with the Florida Panthers. His offensive game has reached new heights, but he has never shied away from the physical aspect that has defined his career. Whether it's delivering a bone-crushing hit, engaging in a fight to defend a teammate, or scoring a critical goal in a tight game, Tkachuk is the kind of player who can do it all. Tkachuk's rise to becoming the most feared player in hockey is a story of relentless dedication, inherited toughness, and an unyielding will to win. He embodies the modern power forward, a player who is as dangerous with the puck as he is without it. His presence on the ice forces opponents to think twice, knowing that a single misstep could result in a highlight reel goal or a trip to the trainer's room. In every game, Tkachuk is a ticking time bomb, capable of changing the course of the contest with a single devastating play. And that, perhaps more than anything else, is why he is so feared. Matthew Tkachuk's journey through the NHL is a tale of skill, controversy, and undeniable impact. Whether he's dazzling with his offensive prowess or stirring the pot with his aggressive style, Tkachuk is a player who leaves a lasting impression every time he steps onto the ice. Love him or hate him, there's no denying that he's one of the most compelling figures in hockey today. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Tkachuk's career and want more thrilling hockey stories, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest videos. Stay tuned for more content that gets to the heart of what makes hockey so electrifying.